What's been going on with you the past week?
Yeah, okay. I've had a couple good new opportunities to try some Alexander technique, specifically some directions. On Friday, I we did like a big school talent show with like over 1,000 people there, lots of lights on the big stage, and there's a big finale dance. And usually, the teachers will go up and learn this dance to be kind of funny. And I was the leader of it. I was the choreographer. So in leading this, I was the only one on the stage for about a minute, kind of starting the song and dancing and trying to be funny, but also portraying a character.
Hmm.
And this was my first time like performing um, after having some Alexander Technique experience. So it was very fun for me to be in dress rehearsals and be in the performance and be allowing like the directions to be what I allow to be in the front of my mind as opposed to what would normally be in the front of my mind.
Hmm.
And I loved it for so many reasons.
Hmm.
Um, in the middle of like some like fast and strong aggressive choreography, I was always thinking like you are like I'm free, like I'm not doing everything. And like it was a very new sense of comfort in my own skin while performing.
Hmm.
And I love that. It also, because through this experience, I've learned that when I let stress rise, all my problems come back. So it's crucial that I don't let stress rise for many reasons, but specifically for like my best use of my voice and my body.
Yep.
And so through putting on this big production, I'm learning to notice like something happened and that could cause stress, but we're not going to let it. We're going to handle it, we're going to take care of it, but then like gently using directions then as I needed to perform it was wonderful to feel calm and to feel good in my own skin while performing. So that
Wow.
was really good.
That's a great testimonial. And
It is.
do you think it's probably hard for you to judge, or maybe it's not. Do you think the audience responded differently than what you might have expected?
I mean, normally it's a riot. It's huge. They just love when teachers do anything, and you got,
Right.
1,000 middle
Yeah.
schoolers and their parents, right?
Yeah.
But so I don't know as far as that goes, but I mean, I really know personally, like I just felt good in my own skin. It's just one thing to be able to be doing all these motions and like it does require so much of your muscles and who you are as a being to do
Hmm.
some of those to do hard physical things.
Hmm.
But to allow yourself to think like I'm not compressing myself
Hmm.
and then do it. It just all of a sudden I felt freedom across my chest.
Well,
I felt
there.
freedom like in my shoulders. And I could do the same thing, but I think it actually makes the character more sincere and believable.
Hmm. Well, I'm sure it does. I mean, you're kind of caught up in being the performer, so maybe you're
Hmm.
not as attuned to the audience's reaction. Maybe you
Hmm.
couldn't even see them that well,
I
right?
couldn't. The lights were
Yeah.
bright on me, but they're hollering and screaming and clapping and singing
Yeah.
along. It was
Yeah.
very positive reaction.
That's great. That's really
Yep.
good. That's
Absolutely was.
exactly how Alexander directions are best used
Yeah.
in 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 the midst of any activity or at the beginning of any activity. And if you've forgotten about them for a little while and you get a little hint that something's not perfect, and for you, as we discussed last time, I think the canary in the coal mine is your throat. Certainly in terms of speaking or singing. And so you can maybe sense a little something and oh,
Yeah.
okay, a direction.
Yep.
I'll just use one. Yeah,
Yes.
perfect.
It was great.
Any other developments?
Yeah. So I started getting back into more of like a weightlifting workout routine.
Hmm.
And I did it steadily for many years, and then took a break and switched to other things, took a
Hmm.
break for more reasons. And then I just really missed it, felt like the need to start it again. So I
Hmm.
started that again this last week.
Hmm.
And man, wouldn't you know, you're just on the ground, then you're back up, and then you're on the ground, and then you're back up, and you've got this heavy weight that you've got to press above your head. And holy cow, like once you have the Alexander technique just floating around in your head,
Yep.
you start to recognize how you do hard physical things. And
Hmm.
you're like, we can't do it this way anymore. We need to do it better. We need to do it better. And
Right.
so I'm like, just start with a few. So you start with my favorites so far that are, I am free, my neck is free. I've been trying to just thinking about the I'm free to breathe. But then when I realized I was on the floor and then up alternating between different exercises, I realized this would be a great spot to practice what you were teaching me about getting up with the center of gravity and then that last motion using a direction. And
Hmm.
then when you come up, don't take it as far as you usually would, like just kind of bring it up. And then once you're up, you don't need that last 10% to straighten out, just so I was trying to think about that and I kind of giggled at myself through a lot of it, realizing like I spent many years exercising without any Alexander techniques, and now I'm like noticing all the things that there's a better way to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm exploring that.